Pancakes are the best way to start any day, whether it's a weekend or a weekday. A few ways to make sure they're perfect. Start by measuring the flour properly. You start with an empty measuring cup and use a spoon to spoon the flour into the measuring cup. Without shaking it or patting it or packing it down, you just level off the top. Okay, now that the flour is measured properly, I can start adding the rest of the dry ingredients. Baking soda, baking powder, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of sugar. I'll tell you now because I know you're gonna ask, you can completely skip the sugar and you can also use whole wheat flour in place of the white flour if you like. Totally up to you. So the dry ingredients, okay, all stirred together here. The difference between wet and dry ingredients is pretty obvious, but it's important to keep them separate until just before you're about to cook the pancakes. So 2 eggs. I'm using buttermilk for this recipe. It really makes the fluffiest, most wonderful pancakes. Contrary to its name, there is no butter in buttermilk. It's actually quite low in fat. I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla to this pancake batter. The final wet ingredient is some melted butter. I'm just combining everything really, really nicely with the whisk here. Always with pancakes, wet into dry, and then only stir it a few times. There. So the pan is on medium, not too hot, not too cold, just right. And I'm gonna add a little bit of butter now for the pancakes. I use about 1/3 of a cup per pancake. So how do I know that they're ready? I'm going to start looking for bubbles of air to appear on the surface. I have a really good heat-proof flipper here, and I'm gonna go in and give them one quick flip and then leave them alone. Best way to serve pancakes is fresh hot out of the pan. So remember, measure your flour, don't overmix, get the pan really hot, check for bubbles, and flip just once. Perfect pancakes every time.